Hi everyone, Vacha here from Recording Studio 9 and thanks for joining me again today. Even though the title says unboxing, which will be unboxing, but before I do that, this is more of a thank you message to my local music dealer. Back in January 2018, I purchased this mixer, the Behringer UFX1604, which is a 16 channel as well as a 16 multi-track audio interface as my main console. About 6 weeks down the road, it actually had an intermittent fault. I had to return it back. So this is the second unboxing of this unit. But before I unbox it, I have to sort of just say thank you to my local music dealer, which is Mall Music in Brookvale, Sydney in Australia. You know, I purchased a lot of gears from them, many things, guitars and instruments, as well as my Pearl drum kit is from there as well, from Mall Music. They have two branches, one in Brookvale, which been there for a very long time, and recently they opened up one in Macquarie Shopping Centre in Ryde. So if you are in Sydney area, that's where they are located. So they're fantastic guys. Behringer was, delaying it, trying to repair it, but Jeff, the owner of Mall Music, persuaded and pushed through so that they give me a brand new one, which is what I actually wanted. I did not want a repaired unit. It's only been not even 2 months since I purchased it, so they should really replace it. So thank you, Mall Music, for giving me a brand new one as a replacement for the unit. Now that I've said that, let's unbox it and see what's inside the box for the second time round, because I didn't video it the first time round because I don't really do unboxing. But again, this is not really unboxing. I'm gonna go through some of its features. Before unboxing it, let me talk about briefly what it is. It's a 16 channel mixer which has combination 8 microphone line level and up to 4 stereo line level input. It's got compression, 1 knob compression on each of the microphone inputs, multi-band EQ, dual effects, digital effects that you can assign, as well as 2 auxiliary send and receives. It's got nice long faders, which we're going to look at, and at the same time it's a 16 channel multi-track audio interface. It also USB 2 or Firewire, whichever one you like, whichever interface connection that you have on your PC, this will accept it with a flick of a switch. I guess very similar to the FCA1616 from Behringer. It's really great. It's got 2 headphone outputs, lots of routing functionality, so you can route the audio any which way you like. It's got main outputs as well as control room outputs, so this also can be used for live purposes. And it's got a small transport control as well. And the other great thing about it is I can plug in a USB hard drive, let's say a terabyte hard drive in there, and it will record the 16 tracks directly to a hard drive, USB external hard drive, without a PC. So you can take this live onto a stage, plug your USB drive in, press the record button, and you will get 16 tracks of WAV files, uncompressed WAV files at 24 bits each. So that's one of the other great things about it. So let's open it up and have a look inside it. It comes included with all the cables, the power, USB, Firewire, it's all included. So you don't have to worry about purchasing anything. That's the manual. And the unit itself. So come closer, we'll have a closer look of it. Let's have a quick overview of all of its functionalities, and in a later videos I will go into detail of all of its functions. As I mentioned, it does have 8 microphone or line level inputs, as well as 4 stereo line level inputs. All the microphones have individual 48 volt phantom power switchable, as well as low cut. And inputs 1 and 2 can also be switched as guitar inputs, as DI boxes. So you don't need a separate DI box. You can plug in 2 guitars in on channel 1 and 2 with the switch of a button, and away it goes. All of the channels have gains, so you can do gain staging perfectly. For each of the 8 microphones, they do have 1 knob compressor, as well as 4-band EQ with high mid and low mid having sweepable frequency, and then high shelf and low shelf. 2 auxiliary sends, 2 effect sends, panning, mute, solo, and 100mm faders. For the stereo line inputs of the 4 of them, they still have the gain. They still have the 4-band EQ, but the frequencies are not sweepable. They are set at 3 kHz and 500 Hz, which is fantastic. 3 kHz is really great for the guitars, sounds, and mid frequencies, and the 300 Hz is really great to get rid of some muddiness. And all of them are switchable, the EQs in and out, so you can switch the EQ in and out. At the top right hand corner we have the 2 digital effects, 24-bit multi-effects, very comprehensive routing of the audio from the mixer as well as the audio interface to go into the main, as well as the control room and the headphones, so you can adjust them. We have our send and returns of the auxiliary and the effects, and we also have alternate output where we can adjust. Over here is our transport control, which also includes a talk microphone. So by pressing it, you can actually talk to a built-in microphone to send that whether to the headphones or to the main or to the alternative as well, or any combination of those. So as you are mixing or recording and you want to talk to the guys or the musicians who are wearing headphones and they cannot hear you, you can just press talk and then you can talk directly to them. And again, the master fader over at the end. Now, as I mentioned, this unit also has built-in Firewire or USB 2.0 audio interface, which sends all of the 16 channels straight into your DAW. And then you do have the option to select pre or post EQ as well, or settings. So you can use the built-in analog EQ to record, or you can bypass it so the signal coming in will go directly into your PC and any changes you do won't be affected, which is really great if you are recording a live performance and you will have a different EQ setting for the live performance, but your recording will be dry or flat signal going into your DAW for later mixing. So it's not affected by the EQ setting here, which a lot of the time this EQ will be different from one venue to the next as you are playing live gigs, and you don't want that sound in your final mix down. You do want flat, so you can adjust it however you wish. From the 16 audio tracks going to your PC, 4 of them, or 2 stereo, actually come back as well. So you can select 1 and 2, 3 and 4 to actually come back on these 2 channels. So if you are doing playback or if you're playing a mix down for the other musicians to have a listen to, you can feed them into the headphones or to the however you like to route the audio. So there are 4 channels or 2 stereo that actually come back. Again, it's quite flexible whether you want them to come here to these last 2 faders as 2 stereo coming back, or you can send them directly to the headphones and not use these 2 as well. So you got that flexibility. Now looking at the back of the unit, we have power. We have main outputs, which are XLR, which we have another duplicate main output at the top as up here as a 6.5 jack as well. So you have 2 main outputs depending which connection you like to use. And you've got your auxiliary sends and then your auxiliary returns and effects send and returns right here. Now, one of the reasons why I loved this mixer over some of the other ones is to the fact that the first 8 microphone inputs also have insert. If you don't know what inserts are, I do have a video that you can click somewhere here or there somewhere. You can click and learn about what inserts are. That means I can connect my hardware compressors, my hardware EQs directly into the mixer and compress or shape the signal that's coming in before it gets sent to my DAW or even to the rest of here. So if I don't like to use my one knob compressor on the mixer, I can actually attach another hardware compressor like my PreSonus Studio channel or my ART tube channel into here through an insert cable, and then I can use that compressor. Then I can use the onboard EQ and then send it to my DAW or send it just compressed signal into my DAW. So that is one other great option which is not available on this sort of size mixers. Most digital mixers like the PreSonus one, Series 3s, and many other digital mixers don't have inserts because they convert the signal to digital signal as soon as it enters the mixer, where in this case it is only converted analog to digital when it's being sent out after the mixer. And for that we do have a USB connection and we have a FireWire connection that we can select with a switch, as well as a USB drive where we can select here that will allow us to attach external hard drive and save everything onto the drive without a PC. Well, that's the unboxing and quick overview of the Behringer UFX1604, which is a mixing console as well as multi-track audio interface. As I mentioned, I will be making more videos going in detail of all of its functions. Stick around, and if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. That way you can follow up in series of videos I'm going to be doing on this audio interface and mixing console. Till next time, as always, thanks for watching and have a great time making music. Cheerio, guys.